Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for joining us for another Facebook Live session. We're going to give everyone just a couple of minutes to join us. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me or if you're having any problems with audio or anything like that. But we're going to give everyone just a couple minutes to join us, and then we'll get started. Hi, Laverne. Thanks for joining us today. All right, so we've got about four. We're going to give it another 30 seconds or so, and then we're going to get started. Hi, Crystal. All right, we've got some people here. We're going to go ahead and get started. So, again, thank you for joining us for today's Facebook Live. We are really excited about today's topic. And we're going to have a special guest. We're going to be joined by Miss Earlene Johnson. Earlene is a financial coach here at Brighton Center. And today we're going to be talking with Earlene about the Unemployment Bridge Program. It's a program that can provide mortgage relief to individuals who have lost their job or had a loss of income or a reduction in their income. It's a great program that can help families currently, especially with everything that's going on with COVID-19. If you've been impacted by loss of income or employment, this is a really good program. So without further ado, we are going to introduce, just a second here, Miss Earlene Johnson. So, Earlene, if you can, just go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about the financial wellness program here at Brighton Center.
Will do. Thank you very much for including me today. So, our department is basically goes by HUD guidelines. We're a HUD sub-grantee, and we provide budget and credit help, what we call pre-purchase, helping those who want to become homeowners. We also do foreclosure counseling. And we do all of these programs in both one-on-one sessions and by education. So we also have some asset programs, some what we call IBAs, saved. You save and you get some matched monies. So we're always looking for ways to help people who need to just try and get control of their finances.
Excellent.
I've been with this department for 15 years, so I've been part of the growth that we've had. And I also was the person that was the first person to be in a meeting, and we were the first agency on the original Unemployment Bridge Program. The website for this, and you may have also heard it called, is Protect My Kentucky Home. But we generally call it the Unemployment Bridge Program. I'm going to give you a little background, and I'm going to try to be quick so I want to be able to have time to answer questions. But during the Obama administration, we had a recession, and at that time, Kentucky received funds for this program when our unemployment rate reached 10.5%. At that time, we received money. The money is from the United States Department of Justice. It was called TARP funds. And this program has been in effect since 2010 in different, on and off, and in different iterations. So the Kentucky Housing Corporation is where the money is housed, and they actually are the ones that manage the program. But all of the rules of the program are from the Department of Justice and have to be approved by them. So what in the heck is it? It's the ability to have your mortgage paid for 6 months or $10,000, whichever comes first, if you are eligible. And
That's
so to be eligible, there's lots of things involved with that. The first and most important piece of the program is that you need to be unemployed through no fault of your own, and that is almost always determined by whether or not you're able to receive unemployment compensation. It also allows those who have been disabled in the last several years to be evaluated. So the very first requirement is, have you lost your job because of COVID and you're receiving unemployment and you're a homeowner, then this program may well be for you. I'm going to go through a few more of the basic eligibility because there are quite a few. But first is unemployment. Next, you must be receiving 15% less income per month. And this has been difficult for our folks because of the $600 we're seeing coming in for some of our customers. That really puts them right at or a little bit over the income they've made before. So you have to be unemployed, you have to be receiving unemployment or disabled, and you have to be making 15% less income. You cannot have a house that's valued more than $275,000. You cannot have two homes. So it's designed for those people that do not have a lot of assets. You can not have more than 6 months of your mortgage payment in your checking or savings account. It doesn't look at your 401k or 403b. It looks at what amount of money do you have easy access to. So that's another thing with a lot of government money coming in big amounts because it's backdated. That has also been a problem for a few of our folks. You cannot currently be in any kind of program where you've already accepted some assistance from your mortgager, particularly forbearance agreements or loan modifications. There has to be no more than 2 liens on your property, and your servicer has to be on the approved list. I can tell you, since I've been involved since the very first time we started this program, it's pretty rare to find a servicer that is not on that list. But I won't say it's impossible. But that's something that we will help customers with when they call us. You can also not be currently in an active bankruptcy on neither a 7 or a 13, Chapter 7 or 13. So those are some of the basic requirements. What we would like to do is first talk to somebody and go through these in real details to determine eligibility. And then if you're eligible, we would put people in the software and reserve funds in their name while we then fill out the proper documents that are required. So the documents are pretty hefty. So that's part of our goal as a counselor is to help all of our customers know exactly know exactly how to fill them out. As you know, probably sometimes forms we don't need to. We get people that didn't initial. They checked, those kinds of things. We try to help people with the form. But there'll be a lot of information that will be needed to then be sent to Kentucky Housing for the underwriter to evaluate. If you're approved, then the funds will be directly paid to your servicer from Kentucky Housing for this program. And as I said, you'll get 6 months paid mortgage. That's including your taxes and insurance. So if you have an escrowed account, that will pay all of that mortgage payment for 6 months or $10,000, whichever comes first. The program is scheduled at this time to have to have all of the money paid out by December 31st. So this is something that we would really like people to get involved with as soon as they think they may be eligible, so that we can make sure that they can take advantage of the full time and full dollar amount. So that's kind of the essence of it. The money was left over. This program was supposed to be totally finished and done with, but there was $20 million left over that was going to be used to help people become homeowners, and it was decided to use it for this program. So that's why there's not a lot of money, and there's a time limit that the Justice Department has put on the program. Brighton Center, there's a software that you can also go to, Protect My Kentucky Home. If you do that, your eligibility request could be sent to one of 9 agencies throughout the state. And since we would like those here in Northern Kentucky to contact us, you can also just call us or email us directly, and we can handle all of that for you, checking your eligibility and setting up your system in the software. It would take, we like to do the eligibility by appointment just to make sure, because we've noticed we're doing a lot of phone tag. So we'd like to be as prompt as we can. So about a half hour's time, if you have the information available, and we can let people know if they appear to be qualified, and then we'll gather all the documents, and I or our other counselor will send them to Kentucky Housing on behalf of the customer. So I will gather everything together from the customer, make sure that we have everything we need, and it gets sent to a underwriter in Frankfurt. And then it's probably going to take right now only a week or 10 days, because right now they're not super busy. That could change, but right now it's only about a week or 10 days before we would get an answer. So that's pretty much the top pieces of that, the most, the eligibility things that we look at. My phone number, the best way for the phone is just, Brighton's number is 491-8303, and our extension is 2314, and we will get back to those who call within 48 hours. Or you may email me at ejohnson@brightoncenter.com, and I'd be happy to make sure that we contact everyone.
All right, I think that's the kind of questions we had. You'd run through and gone through all the questions that I had, Earlene. So that works out well. I did have a question, and if you guys have questions, please enter them in the chat, and that way we can have Earlene get to them but while she's here, since she's the expert. But I did have a couple questions. You said about 10 days was the turnaround time for you to hear something, given where they are now. Is that just that the application's been accepted, or does that 10 days they found out if they're improved?
Yes, it would be right now to find out that the underwriter has approved the file.
Okay.
Then, of course, that there's going to be another little gap in making sure that the money gets to the servicer. So Kentucky Housing does all of that, and since we've been doing it since 2010, it's a pretty efficient program. It has come and gone since 2010. I want to verify that it hasn't been in effect for these 10 years. But they're very familiar with that, and then they have contacts with each of the lenders, and they set up this payment system, and Kentucky Housing will send the mortgage payment directly to the servicer.
Excellent. So
and
really,
I did forget one really important eligibility requirement, and that is that no one has received these funds before. So if a customer has received this program in the last 10 years, they will not be eligible for this money. Partly that is because we've had only $20 million, which sounds like a huge amount of money in the past, I think and don't hold me to this, but I think we spent about 163 million previously. So this is the rule. If you received it before, you may not receive it again.
Okay. So if they've got it in the last 10 years, then they're not going to be
yes,
eligible for it
and
again.
Everyone should know. I've had a couple people tell me that they kind of thought maybe, I've had some maybes, but we will know who is receiving it. So there's no way to fudge that.
Okay. And then second question, just to follow up on that, is this first come, first serve?
It is definitely, yes. Mm-hmm. It's definitely first come, first serve. But that's why that's why when we talk to people, we want to try to do the eligibility right away so that we can reserve funds in their name. And because it does take some time to get the documents together. The documents are pretty large. There's a packet. There's going to be a requirement for income verification, of course, taxes, current pay stubs, the monetary determination letter. There's just a lot of documents that are needed, bank statements, etc., and then an actual, like intake or hardship packet. So there's a lot of documents. If someone is able to sign and scan, they're going to be able to finish that much faster, obviously, than using snail mail. But we can do either. But certainly those who have the ability to scan or who can, you have somebody that will scan for them, that will go much faster, because there are really lots of documents that are required. It's the same type of package one would put together if they were talking to their lender directly for help. So it can be very intimidating looking, but that's what we will help people do. We will help them go through that packet and make sure, and it will all come to us, and then we'll put it together in the fashion that the underwriter prefers and try to make sure we've got everything together. When it goes to Kentucky Housing, we want to have a complete packet so that it can be looked at. If something's not there, if they have questions, then it comes back to us for further verification. Kind of like when you're buying a house almost. It's a lot about your income. They're going to pull credit reports to make sure you're not in a bankruptcy. So there's things like that will be done to verify everything that we've sent is accurate.
Okay. So the gist that I get from this, Earlene, is that you're the expert and we need to get a hold of you to do this. And I've put your information in the chat so you can reach out again. The phone number, it's 859-491-8303, extension 2314. Or you can reach out by email to Miss Johnson at ejohnson@brightoncenter.com. So I don't see any questions in the comments right now. So Earlene, unless you have anything to add, thank you so much for your time and sharing this information. I know that this can be a huge help, especially with COVID-19 and everything that's kind of happening within the current job market and unemployment. That this could be a serious lifeline for some individuals. So reach out and let us know.
So we would love to get as many people help as we can. So thank you for allowing me to be on this call today.
All right. Thank you so much, Earlene. Have a great day. We appreciate it.
You also. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye. All right. So thank you again. Again, that's a great program. As we mentioned, giving everything that's happening right now, if you have a reduction in income, if you've lost employment, it's definitely worth reaching out. And a 10-day turnaround is pretty quick to find out that you're approved, in 6 months of a paid mortgage or up to $10,000 is a pretty big benefit. So I just want to thank everyone again for joining us today. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to join us on Thursday morning for Haley Franklin and the employer interview. This week, 9:30, Fidelity Investments will be joining Haley on Facebook Live here to hear about all their exciting career opportunities with Fidelity. We will be back next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Cannot wait to see you then. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.